And I'm really proud of you boys and girls. You are the best in the universe. And you really are.
We really chose Minnetonka Public Schools because of the quality of education.
When we decided to come back home, I did just some research into the Minnetonka schools and found that it's one of the highest rated schools in the state. And then also, too, in the nation. I had read the various Newsweek reports and things, too, so just heard nothing but good things.
We chose Groveland for both the English program for our second grader and the Spanish immersion program for our kindergartner.
¿Cuántos días habían soleados?
I think just the sense of family here and the friendliness. We were so impressed with the teachers and staff, and the class sizes were so much smaller than what we'd been seeing. And then when we learned about the Spanish immersion program, and I am bilingual in Spanish and definitely biased in that area, and that just sealed the deal for us.
When I was going to school in Minnetonka as a kid, you really don't compare whether it is, you have nothing to compare it to. I lived in Toledo, Ohio, Boston, Massachusetts, Dallas, Texas, New York, and Miami. And through that process, buying homes and making observations about the school systems, you came to learn that the school systems in other states didn't compare to the school systems in Minnesota, and you start looking it up and you realize that Minnesota ranked really well. Geez, I wonder how Minnetonka did compared to the rest of Minnesota, and of course when you check that out, Minnetonka ranks extremely high in the states.
But the commitment to excellence, it really is amazing what we have and what we're able to provide. The number of smart boards and just the technology, the level of technology is just way higher than I've seen.
Atlee, come find your name.
Dylan!
Dylan, go say hi.
Hi, Dylan.
We came to Minnetonka, and from the very first time we were invited in for an event, it just felt very warm. There were so many different events that they had to bring the boys in to get to know the school and get a feel for things. And the communication for me as a parent was amazing. I've got so many things online and in the mail that it just felt like a small school within a very big school. I'm surprisingly impressed how quickly they've transitioned. Their school academically was different, and they didn't have a lot of the same kind of testing and things. And I feel like whenever they've had questions, they email teachers and get responses immediately. They've been able to meet with teachers before school, after school, really quickly.
It's a huge decision for a family. When we compare the private schools to the Minnetonka schools, Minnetonka was offering more than the private schools were. And again, we were able to support public education.
You know, I think it was really important to visit lots of schools and feel the difference. Minnetonka felt very friendly, open, wanting students from outside the district. And as we've come here, that has been the case. And so I think having compared a lot of different schools, there was really no question.
I don't know if anyone goes through 12 years of school without having some sort of issues, but when they do, the guidance and the counseling and the teacher support and everything is just fantastic. So we've always recommended the Minnetonka public school system. So it's not just the numbers, it's how things are taken care of. The ratings are one thing, but it's how the people are taken care of, how the children are taken care of, and if something comes up, how well informed you are at all times. So that's why we'd recommend Minnetonka.